We're continuing on Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim Hilchot Shabbat. We're up to Seif Tet in Siman Shin Bet Daf Pechet Amud Aleph of the regular Prince of Mishna Berura. Maran writes, Mutar liten mayim al gabe min'al leshachshecho aval lechabeso haynu shemeshafshef sido ze al ze asur. If you have a shoe that has been dirtied, it's mutar to put water on top of it to just clean it up. But to wash it, which means that you are rubbing the two sides of the shoes as you're pouring the water on, that already is going to be asur. But beged sheyesh alav lichluch, a garment already that has some dirt on it, asur afilu l'shachshecho, it's asur even to soak it with water, to pour water on it. Dezeu kibuso, that by itself cleans it up, and that would be also asur. Ela mekanecho besmartut, you could wipe it down with a smartut, a cloth, bekal, not hard, but just gently to take off whatever is sitting on the top, velo bedochak, not harshly. Now you're not scrubbing it, you wipe it down gently, and that would be fine. And the reason is penny schot, you don't want it to be schita, you don't want it to be squeezed out of the liquids that are inside there. Now, the Mishna Berura writes, in order to understand this, we need a little bit of hakdama, a little bit of a preface. And this is the hakdama. If you clean up something, wash something, that's one of the 39 avod melachot. And the libun, the isur of libun is applicable, whether you're talking about a garment made out of wool or linen or any other type of garment that people usually clean them up. And anything that has been made clean through washing is included in as part of this. Now, this that people put linen in the sun, v'zorek alav mayim, and you pour water on it after you make the beged, kadesh tidlaben, and that helps it become whitened and cleaned. Gam zeu bichral melaben, even that's asur. Again, we don't deal with the same level of usage as the linen as they had before. V'shiuro bechut sheu aroch arbat tfachim, and the shiur is really machlokat Rashi and Rambam. According to Rambam, I believe is 4 tfachim. According to Rashi, is 2 tfachim. If you wash clothing, that is the toledet melacha of melaben, and you're chayav. And same is with someone that squeezes water that's already soaked in the garment, because that schita also takes the dirt with the water out and cleans, partially at least, the garment, and that's one of the sorche kibus. It's considered part and parcel of the melacha of kibus, and therefore you'll be chayav. And same would be with soft leather. Soft leather would be the same isur as well, to wash it off. V'yesh omrim af bekashin. And then there's machloket, why thick, hardened leather. Ach yesh chiluk ben orot lebeket. But there is a difference between the leather. Again, this becomes the platform for the shoes versus garments. Shoes that are made out of leather, there's a difference between leather and the beged. The be'orot lo mikri kibus achi kibus gamur. By leather, it's only considered kibus if you mamash scrub it. But just pouring water on it, it's not considered a problem. But by begadim, by garments, kaimalan de shriatam b'mayim zu kibusan. You're soaking it in water, pouring water on it, it's already considered kibus. That's a massive difference. Because if you have a little dirt on your shoe, so you can pour water on it, and it washes off the mud, the dirt, whatever it is, and you're good. By your garment, you cannot do that. By garments, you would be chayav doing that. Doesn't make a difference if the garment is white or is colored, it's all the same. And this, that the garment, with mere soaking it or pouring water on it, it would be considered kibus, and you're dealing with the deoraita. There's a little bit of a machloket around this in the poskim. There are those who say it's only when you have some dirt on it. The garment is not completely clean. But if the garment is completely clean, so putting some water on it, what are you accomplishing? Not making it cleaner than what it is. Just washed it, just took it out of the machine. So therefore, then it would not be considered a problem. If there's no lichluch, if there's no dirt, but even if it's old and rickety because it's already used for many years, so it's kind of like the stained and that stays there, but it's not something that you could take out. It's just the garment has become a different color already during the course of the usage. It's not completely white. Now it's like kind of like off-whitish, grayish after years of usage. If it's not dirty, if it's clean, then this opinion would hold that pouring water on it, it's not kibus. Unless you sit there and you're scrubbing it, or you're squeezing the water out of them. But still, midrabanan would be asur to soak them in water. But it would no longer be the oraita. Because maybe you're going to come to do schita, therefore you should not be doing that. That's one side of this opinion. One opinion. And there are those who are stringent and know even if it doesn't have any dirt on it, it still would be asur to soak it in water, put water on it. That's your garments, right? Because we say shriatan zui kibusan. Akol zedavka imhu derech kibus. But that's only when you're trying to clean it. It's derech kibus. When it's derech lichluch, but it's going to get dirty. Kigon shnatari da b'mayim. You want to use a towel. Can I use a towel? Towel is clean. But now you have 20 guests, and after the 20th one dries his hands, it's already like soaked with water. It's wet, right? Can I do that? You're wetting the towel. So it says, the Mishna, that's derech lichluch. You're cleaning up your hands with it. You're drying out your hands with it. That's not derech kibisa. You're not cleaning it, you're dirtying it. If there's any dirt on your hand when you clean it with towel, dirt's going to go on the towel. You're dirtying the towel, not cleaning it. Therefore, you're drying your hands, you're cleaning your hands off with the towel, with the mapa. Even if you have a lot of water on your hands, and now it's going to get wet, this towel, there's no, that's not kibus. You're not cleaning it, you're dirtying it. Therefore, it's mutar. Derech dichluch it is. V'yesh machmirin od, and there are those who are a third level of chumrah. They're even more machmir, says the Mishna Berura, that shim hayu ma'im merubim, that if you had a lot of water, afilu kshu derech dichluch, even if it's derech dichluch, you have a large family, take few towels, right? Take a thick, nice towel, because if you wet the towel, that's shariato, derech kibuso. That's already considered a problem. That's the top chumrah. Therefore, this shita would hold that if you are washing your hands at lat yadayim, and you want to dry them with a mapa, with a towel, first shake off your hands well from the water that's on them. You're just left with a little tiny amount of water, and then it's mutar because you're not really making it that wet, and that would be fine. So there are three different shitot over here in the poskim, and that's all a preface. Now you can understand the words of Maran Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah upcoming much easier. So when it says mutar litel mayim al gabe min al shachshacho, you're pouring water on your shoe, and it's mutar. How is that mutar? You have some mud, some dirt, and you're pouring water until the dirt is washed off, the mud is gone. That's considered, shichshuch. But if you are rubbing it against each other, the two shoes, that already is meshafshef, and that's going to be asur, because that's how the laundry people do, the They wash things with scrubbing them against one side and against the other, and therefore that would be considered libun or kibus gamur would be asur. And so therefore, the shoe, and this is only by a shoe that's leather. If you have a cloth type of shoe, or those slippers or whatnot, that would be obviously a bigger problem. Pouring water on it already would be an issue. So that's the backbone of this heter. And by garment, or pouring water, or by shoe, even leather, rubbing it against each other as you pour in the water, it's asur. And says the Chafetz Chaim, not only is asur, chiyuva nami, because mamash asur. Midoraita we're talking about. The kibus shayach af beorot, because the isur of kibus is applicable to leather as well. Now, this obviously opens the door for, if you have one of those leather tablecloths, the real leather tablecloth, right? Wiping it down with a wet wipe, or put some water there, and then you're kind of like cleaning it well, rubbing it, scrubbing it. That would be perhaps a real question. That would be asur. But how about plastic? Right? Plastic, is that better than the ore? Because ore at the end of the day absorbs a little bit, but plastic absorbs nothing. So can I wash off and nicely scrub the plastic tablecloth and be fine, or is that asur? That becomes a little bit of a debate, and the halakha l'maaseh is that by plastic is different than ore. It's mutar. It's more lenient even than the ore, and therefore it will be allowed. And zeu kibuso, says the Mishna Berura, beged shriyato zu kibuso. By a beged, the shriyah, the soaking is the kibus. Over here, it's the scrubbing that will become a problem. Shcharuch says, asur afilu l'shachshecho. By a beged, even pouring water is going to be asur. The zeu kibus, so that by itself is considered its washing. And Rotzel Omar, beged shriyato zeu kibuso ve'ave bichlal meraben v'chaya. Will be even a isur d'oraita, because that is part and parcel of the washing of the garment. Mashenkin minal, but the shoe that's leather, it's not. By pouring water, nothing happens really to it. That would be, it's not the derech of washing leather, and therefore it will be mutar, as we mentioned before. That basically concludes the words of Maran Shulchan Aruch. We still have some of the Ramah left to cover, and Bezat Hashem will continue that in the days to come.